Bounty hunters. We don't need their scum.
Yes, sir.
Hey now, who you calling scum, motherfucker?
Those rebels won't escape us.
Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh Playday. And you know what Playday means? Playing. This is just me taking a look at some customizing I've done, or customs that other people have done, some third-party stuff, things that may fit into a 6-inch Star Wars or Marvel display, or just random stuff that tickles my fancy, whatever. The big thing here, though, is that there are some talented people out there. And maybe it makes me selfish, but I like looking at my shelf and seeing some unique items, some custom items, some things that people put tender loving care into. That makes this whole hobby even more special. And remember, if this is an item from somebody else, the link will be in the description. That way, if you want to see more, or you want to pick one up for yourself, or you're just interested in customizing in general, or the whole process, or seeing what's out there, yeah, description. Hit them up. First up, just to show that even the best laid plans don't always work. I've been talking about making Beckett in his Kessel disguise forever. And when I finally got around to doing it, I thought, oh, maybe I can just pop the Lando on top of the Beckett lower, and it doesn't work. The Lando figure is just skinnier than the Beckett. So what I'm going to have to end up doing is finding a place to cut across here that I can hide easily, and then the Lando body has a nice straight line that I can go by just to cut. Because in the movie, Beckett essentially just puts the top gear on. But other than that, I only had to drill a new hole, and I need to drill some more to get the bigger ball joint of this neck to fit down in that hole. But that should work out well. And then the mask, which is warped out of the package, I'll have to heat that up a bit, but yeah, not bad. So yeah, the ongoing saga of Disguise Beckett. Next up, I got this from a local collector slash friend that I met recently at Target when I was looking for the G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Trooper. I turned the corner, somebody was already there, already holding a couple, but when I walked up, there was still one on the shelf. He was just, you know, grabbing a couple. And I thought, oh yeah. And so we started talking, and Ken Hill, thank you very much for leaving me a Cobra Trooper and sending me a Beef Boss. Now this is 3 3/4 inch. I don't do 3 3/4 inch, but it being Beef Boss and everybody somehow associating me with Beef Boss for some reason. I don't know why they'd get that idea. So when Ken found one and offered it to me, I thought, why not? It's been a long time since I've messed with a fully blistered shut action figure. Toy Biz Marvel Legends, that brings back some memories. There was always a suspense to opening these, a danger. Sometimes you sliced yourself, sometimes you didn't. The little one doesn't come with guns, just a spatula. And I've actually messed with a couple of these before. The articulation isn't as nice as the big ones, but it's a bit smoother. Maybe the size of the arms is the reason they have to put a hinge and swivel at the elbow. Oh, a lot more range in the head, though. Oh, I got a Burger Jr. You ready to go, little guy?
Your mom didn't think I was a little guy.
That is your grandmother.
Didn't consider that.
Oh, so much fun. Something else I just randomly picked up is the Mattel Masters of the Universe Origins Orko. I did Masters of the Universe Classics for a long time, but then when they switched to Filmation, I thought, oh, that's more my jam. I gotta get those. But the Classics Orko never really fit there. With Origins, they went back to the style of the original toy line, but for some reason they made Orko more Filmation-y. So I had to pick it up. This will stay with my Classics, and then this can go with my Filmation style figures whenever I finally open those up and get those displayed. The problem is, I actually received it from Walmart.com, which is a miracle in itself, but this is how it came. The package was essentially opened. It felt like somebody had messed with it. The booklet was out and then shoved back in, and it was completely missing the stand. It has the bottom half, but no stick. Nothing to have Orko floating. But it being Walmart, I ain't taking my damn chances. I'm just gonna fabricate something or steal from one of the other 1,000 stands I've gotten over the years. Plus, I may try to come up with something more like this, because this takes up a lot of real estate. It's nice, it's pretty, but... And no, this doesn't fit this, because that would be too easy, right, Mattel? Despite all that, I am pretty happy with Orko. There's a lot of movement to the eyes, head, hat, whatever. And then the arms have a couple of hinges, and... oh, the wrist does too. We've all seen the uproar over the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series holiday editions of the Troopers, but I love them. And with this one, you know, I had to pick up an extra to do this. It makes too much sense. Gus has been hanging around the review booth for years now, and then there was the Christmas movie with Kurt Russell as Santa Claus, And then Hasbro gives us a Santa Claus-inspired trooper? I had to! So Gus is gonna be around for the holidays, and I may be spreading some cheer, if you know what I mean. But I don't know why they changed the collar piece to a hard plastic instead of the soft goods. I don't mind, really. In fact, it lays down kind of nice, and they spread it apart to get it out of the way of the beard. Almost like they did it on purpose. But they also made the neck hole in the helmet smaller. With the first one you could just pull, it popped right off. This one had to heat up quite a bit to get it to come off the neck peg. And I've heard horror stories online of people breaking the peg or the whole assembly coming out with it. So now that I have this off, probably never go back on. This may need some shading or some paint touch-ups, but I really love what they did with the boots. It's a holly jolly gussy kind of Christmas. I already showed this on the last Playday where I replaced Darth Nihilus's crotch and legs with a Kylo Ren. It just gives him a more natural stance and more height, which is what he needed as compared to the Darth Maul, who was way too short. But since then, I have found this cape in the fodder box, which I think maybe a Darth Vader cape? It just lays more natural. It doesn't have those points sticking up. It drapes, and it gives him, I don't know, his silhouette is a lot better now. It's much more mysterious the way this can come around and cover, and it lays on his shoulders. Darth Nihilus is just one of those characters, now that I have it in figure form, it's such a cool look, after I modded it, that I'm wanting to know more about Darth Nihilus, and that's always the sign of a good action figure. Earlier this week, I did a review of the Walmart exclusive Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Clone Wars wave, and in it, I complained about the Mandalorian figures. I said I didn't like the proportions, and some of the comments I got was, what, they can't be shorter or thicker? And I'm like, no, I'm talking about the proportions themselves. I feel like the torso is too short, making the arms too long. They hang down too far down the legs. And then that makes the crotch seem high. It just throws everything out of proportion. So I came along and did this to the Mandalorian Loyalist. Essentially, I popped these apart, which just takes some heat. I drilled it out a bit, just enough to where I can sit this on top and it goes snug. That brings the top of the torso up a bit where you can see some of the abs, or well, the costume over the abs. But that's not a bad thing because in the show, it's shown like that a lot. Also doing that, it brings the shoulders up, it brings the arms up, and then I also want to come in and mod it so the head sits a bit higher. There's probably a better way of doing that too, where you actually fabricate a new socket or something, but for now, this will work. I just wanted to see what it looked like. Doing that to Django though, where you can see more of his abs, it doesn't quite work for his design. Again, you can see he's taller. It fixes the arm problem. It fixes the leg problem. But Django's costume doesn't actually show that part. In most pictures, he is a bit thicker and the armor's down on the belt. So as much as I like this, I'll probably take it, pop it back together, make it more accurate, but then leave the Mandalorian standing tall, and I may go back, do some mods for the Mandalorian. Also, the good thing about this, if you don't like the abs showing, you can raise the belt just a bit, and it helps hide it, or at least balance it out. Here's a Doom cape I picked up from Daredevil19 Customs on Instagram. Daredevil19 does reviews on YouTube, and he's been doing it for quite a while, making soft goods for action figures. On my first Marvel Legends Dr. Doom, I had messed with the cape and broke the chain a bit, so getting this, plus the ability to do all kinds of crazy stuff with the wires and flowing out and making it look awesome, I had to get this. I mean, it just finishes out the figure. Have him holding it in his hand. And the way he designed this is kind of genius because the head comes off. Well, you go between the neck hole and this, but there's an extra piece of fabric right there to hold it in position. So no matter where you have it flowing out or back or whatever, these two discs and the chains will be always hanging like that. They won't fly back and look like they're choking Doom or something. It's just a good cut, a good design. You could bunch it up and have it more in a neutral position. I just love how it hangs down over the shoulders. It just makes Doom feel more regal in general. Oh, well, hell, let's just have this out. Earlier in the year, or well, it was earlier in the summer, sometime in the past, I ordered some heads from Oldboy, CTTS, and at this point, most people know Oldboy. I'm not sure if I like the Sith Anakin head on the Black Series figure yet. I'll have to do some swapping. I'll have to pop the head off the SH Figure Arts, see what's going on there. The original photo real head isn't bad, but there's just something to this one. Like most custom heads and older Black Series figures, the skin tones do not match. Some angles I like it, but some angles like this, where you can see the neck is too thick on the Black Series figure, yeah, I'll have to do some swapping. But I also got this head at the same time, and it had been a minute since I'd ordered it. I'd forgotten that it was actually meant for Boba Fett. I tried it out on some clone troopers, and it just wasn't working for me for some reason. But then I remembered, and I put it on the right body, or well, the one that Oldboy meant for it to go on. And the wacky thing here is that I ordered this before we found out about events in the Mandalorian TV show. So this will work out great if that does end up being Boba Fett. But if it does end up not being Boba Fett, or, you know, some kind of twist or something, I have enough of these Boba Fett bodies that I can just use this as a what if. Hey, what if he did look like Tamir Morrison with a shaved head? Oldboy always does such a great job with the detailing, though. The eyes, the stubble, it looks like his head has been recently shaved, and that just works down into a 5 o'clock shadow. He's no good to me dead. We've all seen the SH Figure Arts Winter Soldier head, and it's not the greatest likeness. So when Manipple, or whatever, advertised a replacement head for that, I had to jump on it. Always does a great job with likenesses, but for me, it's the eyes. There's a lifelike quality to them. The reflection of the light is just fantastic. It almost looks like you're taking a picture of an actual person. And this finishes off the figure for me. Bandai has been flaunting around a new SH Figure Arts Winter Soldier at different shows here and there, but who knows when that'll ever come out. It does look better, but now that I have this, I don't need that. I got this from VC Toy Box. It looks like they're sold out now, but if you search Manipple, other sites pop up, and even eBay. The hair does get in the way a bit, especially with the high collar coming up and locking it in place, but it looks this good. I'm okay with that. And then there is Corey over at Casting Cave, and my God, this dude is awesome. I always love when there's new painted heads on Casting Cave, because I'm a kid in a candy store. It's just going down. Oh, I need this one, this one, this one, this one. First up, he sent me some lightsaber blades. They are translucent, and we've all been looking for a yellow one. Well, some of us have been looking for a yellow one. But then there's the clear and the blue, and the thing about these, it's almost like a concept art or an animated look to the bottom, the way it flares out and awesome thing about these, you can take a Hasbro Black Series lightsaber, pop the blade out, and these just plug right in. There's not a pop, but it's nice and snug. And hell, I like these better because there's a little flair to it. They are just slightly shorter, but I don't know, more personality, I think. And then, of course, there's the custom heads. It's always a clean cast. It's a great paint job. It is definitely upgrades to a lot of the Star Wars Black Series figures. Because we all remember the first release of the, Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan? That was before Photo Real, on top of Hasbro making the head too small. I think this is a shrunk down Hot Toys head, but so much better. So much better. There's even a hint of gray right there above the ears. Of course, the skin tone doesn't match. I'll have to do some of that, but man, that's completely worth it. The same goes for Qui-Gon. That original head was an experiment of sorts, I think, by Hasbro. The eyes were underneath a flesh mask of some kind or something. I don't know. It just looked odd. But I think this is another shrunk down head, and then, of course, the paint job on top of it. Because of the size here, and now how good that looks, well, I still have to match some skin tones again, but I don't know. This may replace the SH Figure Arts on my display. He also did a replacement head for the Snowspeeder Luke, because on the original figure it came with that skull cap that's supposed to go under the helmet. But if you want to display Luke like getting ready, psyching himself up to get in that Snowspeeder and go out there and kick some ass, Corey's got you covered. I just love the look of this. I also had to snag a Dooku head from him, because while the Black Series Dooku looks pretty good, the original head for the SH Figure Arts, bouncing away. It's passable from a distance, I guess, or it's Lee's stunt double or something. The Casting Cave version is just so much better. And yeah, a long time ago, I painted the top for the SH Figure Arts black. It gives them a different look. I still hate this cape, though. It's too thick. It just sticks out. That's the last thing I'll replace on here, and then I'll be happy with my Figure Arts Dooku. And then just for shits and giggles, I had to grab his Clint Eastwood head. Right now, I've got it on the Marvel Legends Peter Parker body, which it seems to fit really well, but I need new hands, especially hands with trigger fingers on them. You have to ask yourself one question. Where do I buy sensible shoes? It's such a good likeness. It may be a bit large for Star Wars characters, which I thought I could make them an Imperial officer or some kind of smuggler, but the more I look at this, the more I like it. It's just leisure Eastwood. And then finally, there is this. And I had already started recording the Playday, and I got a notification that I needed to go check my mail. So I went to the post office and this was there. This is from Asis Film Models. You can look them up on Instagram or go to, I think they have the site listed, asisfilmmodels.com. Loth-cat that appeared in The Mandalorian. And that even gives the whole bio back here. Lothal, Outer Rim Planet, Small Temperamental. Now most of the stuff on their site is 3 3/4 inch, but every now and then they'll offer up a 6-inch scale figure. And this is just beautiful presentation. It even has a 25 of 100 on the back. It's signed. It has a UPC. This is not a toy. The backer actually feels like cardstock. All it's missing is a hole for me to display it. I guess I'll have to find some kind of case or something. But the coolest thing, especially for me, somebody who likes getting stuff out and messing with it, there's Velcro that you can peel away and that opens up. There's even a custom tray that holds the Loth-cat in place when the bubble's on so it won't bounce around. But the Loth-cat itself, I don't know what this material is, and I don't want to go cranking on it too much because these are a bit expensive. But the quality, holy moly, that is very, very... Damn it. It is very, very nice. Even the eyes, if I didn't know any better, I would say those are glass eyes embedded in whatever this is made of. And then the paint job, the faded from lighter to darker fur, the spots, it is just great all around. There's actually a hole, so it's hollow? I guess so. And the scale is about perfect. This adding to the shelf, if you didn't know better, if you're just looking at it, you're thinking, oh, there's Baby Yoda and a Loth-cat and Mandalorian and this and that. It blends right in. I'm actually going to have a hard time deciding if I want to keep this on card or on the shelf with the rest of my figures. I mean, this is definitely where I want it, but they went through all this trouble of making a nice bubble and everything. Decisions. So yeah, there we go. Some playing done today. I'm trying to do these more often. Well, I'm actually trying to order more stuff, but you know, money, that kind of thing. But as much as I love playing with these, as much as I love displaying these, I also love kind of casting a spotlight on the artists. They put so much love. They put blood. They put sweat. They put tears. They come up with these things in their minds. They figure out how to do it, and then they do it. That's a beautiful thing. That should be encouraged. That should be helped out. So if you're wanting any of this, go to the description. Check out the links. See what's going on out there. Because a day playing is not a day wasted. And it doesn't matter if you're playing with somebody else's stuff or factory stuff. Just play. Just have fun. It's a hobby. Enjoy yourself. So if you enjoyed this Playday, comment, like, subscribe. Much love to the plus. If you're interested in seeing videos early or just in a position to help out the channel, patreon.com. But wherever you may be playing, I'll always catch you on the Fwoosh. What do you say, Gus? What do you mean, what do I say? Oh, no.
Oh, Dad, help me, Daddy. Help me. Daddy.
He's no good to me, Dad.